Welcome to the Love and Luck podcast show. Back with another one. Excuse us for missing last week, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers was doing things, we was moving around. He had things to do, I was obligated to a couple things as well. But now we're back. And I want to talk about what I wanted to talk about last week. Your man, Donald Trump. Now, news is broke. It's been about a week, it's been almost 2 weeks now?
Yeah.
Something like that.
About a week.
Donny got found guilty on 34 counts.
Right.
Woo!
Most definitely.
Can you imagine being found guilty on all 34?
That's crazy.
Man, that's crazy as a mother. That's crazy than a bunch of MFers, right?
For sure.
I'm just trying to figure it. I already know he ain't finna do no time in jail. They already been hinting around that he ain't finna do no time in jail.
Right.
They say he might get house arrest.
For sure.
But the thing is, I'm trying to figure out, what is the country gonna do, man? What kind of country, what is we running here, man? A president with 34 felonies. Right off top, 34 felonies.
Right.
Is they gonna drop some of these felonies and bring them down to one, or?
Yeah, you know what he can do.
How they finna do this?
He can do an appeal is what they say, but it's just strange to me that out of all the shit that's ever been heard of as far as the presidency is concerned, I've heard so much different shit about and things and rumors and different things of that nature of different presidents doing different things.
Right.
Like for one, they say that Ronald Reagan they say they have evidence, or there's been evidence and people coming out before that Ronald Reagan actually put together the cocaine era in the United States.
Oh yeah, I believe that. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know, so you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was the biggest thing that damaged us as a people. So being that, you know what I mean, and a lot of other presidents have been known for doing shit. But I think, you know, ultimately what we working with, man, we working with a bunch of elite motherfuckers, and basically they do things the way that they want to do it. And I think Donald Trump has came in, and I'm gonna tell you what it is, man. Basically, America has been putting in this new world order for years. You know what I mean? And basically, Donald Trump, I think he's trying to interrupt that, you know what I mean, in some kind of way or some kind of fashion. Or they're trying to make it seem like he's trying to interrupt it. So being that, what's going on is, you know, now they're trying to push everything. All this weird shit is coming out. These migrants coming from over, you know what I mean, over the borders. Now they're saying the migrants is supposed to vote to keep, you know what I mean, to keep the Democrats in. Just a whole bunch of other shit that's been going on, all these wars that's been created and all this other shit. So being that, it's like, I believe that in some way Donald Trump is trying to put, you know what I mean, a stop. He can't put a stop to it because the shit is biblical. So the shit is going to happen anyways. But maybe he can slow it down. But what I would say is, as far as America goes, man, we all in a major crisis, man, and motherfuckers better get it together. That's basically what it is.
That's crazy, dude. So, who just told me that the migrants they the new niggas?
Right.
That's pretty much what somebody was telling me. The migrants just the new niggas.
Okay.
And that you say that they trying to change the world order.
Yeah.
That make a lot of sense.
For sure. It make a lot of sense.
It make a lot of sense.
Hell yeah, for sure.
It make a lot of sense. Right. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. It's the main thing.
And like you say, Donny is interrupting that a little something.
Right.
But I don't know, Donny, for me personally, I don't know what his angle is. You know what I'm saying? I know, you know what I'm saying? Because I hear some of the laws that he want to implement.
Yeah.
Which I don't agree with some of those laws.
Right.
He's trying to give police all this power, and they want to be able to legalize killing motherfuckers and shit. And
right.
I hear that in his law. They want to give people a lot of time for certain crimes and shit. And
right. Is it pedophilia? I thought he was talking about
pedophilia. I wouldn't give a damn of what he do with a pedophile. I heard they passed the law somewhere they could castrate a person now if you get caught being a pedophile.
Right, I might have to check that out.
Where was it at? Where was it at? I had to come back to that, but one of these cities has passed that law that if you get caught being a pedophile, they could castrate you now.
Right.
So if he come up with some shit like that, yeah, I'll definitely be on board with some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Well, but as far as he want to kill people selling, what is it? Fentanyl and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? It ain't those people's fault that people looking for people out there begging for that shit.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. So I don't disagree with some of them laws, but some of the other laws he got, I do agree with. You know what I'm saying? So some things he, you know what I'm saying, it's a toss-up, you know what I'm saying? And versus Biden. Yeah. Biden ain't really got shit going for itself, really, you know what I'm saying, except trying to kill what he trying to get people out the college, paying with the loans and shit. Yeah. He trying to get people out of them loans and all that, which ain't passed yet.
Right. Well, they always bring something to the table when that shit never happens, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because they trying to get for more votes.
And plus, he do a lot of slick stuff, like trying to get black people votes. You know what I'm saying? He Kendrick Lamar and Donny is a Dre. He doing silly shit that, you know, I really don't agree with. Everybody jumping to our culture and try to use that as a stepping stone or as a weapon to get those black votes. Right. So I do see that with Biden. He does that. He did that the last time. Remember, he said, you're not black if you don't vote for me. Right. You know what I'm saying? And in reality, he don't really like black people. If you go back and look at when he was on the Congress and all that shit, he didn't like no black people. He didn't like no black skin. So you got to see through the person. Right. You know what I'm saying? Donny don't really like black people either. Right. See what I'm saying? Right. But he trying to, you know, he trying to please you some kind of way, you know what I'm saying? Shoot you a PPP or whatever. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is, you know, I know when it came to Donald Trump, you know, when they put footage on about what's your boy name? The nigga that's, you know what I mean, the nigga that's damn near dead. What's his name, man? The president. Biden. Yeah, Sleepy Joe. You know what I mean? So Sleepy Joe, right? So when Sleepy Joe, when they pull up all the footage on him, it always reflects back to him saying something negative about black people and how he put black people in a bad compromising situation, you know what I mean, to where it actually tore the black community down that much further. Now, a lot of times, you know what I mean, like all the things that I have seen on Donald Trump, when it comes to him, there was even actually someone on something I seen, and a person was saying that, or somebody was saying, I forgot where he was from, but there's been footage of Donald Trump basically giving back to black people, even to the point to where when they couldn't get no loans for businesses and things like that, Donald Trump was giving them loans.
Now that I say he did do.
Right. So he was actually helping build the black community. Now, but like I said, when it boils all down to it, it's like, why are they pushing so hard for this man to have these issues? And from my belief, I think what's going on is they know they can't lock him up. Because once you part of that elite class, they can't do anything to you because they abide by their own rules. But the thing is, okay, so can we tarnish his name? Is basically, that's all it was to me, is how do we tarnish this man's name to make it look like to the American people to where he can't get these votes, I mean, that's necessary in order for him to win. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with that. It's always some type of smoke screen.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Everything is a smoke screen. You gotta always look through. It's like the news. You know, the news always lie. Right. The news don't never give it to you straight.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Or they always cut off, You know what I'm saying? If they showing footage, they cut off the rest of it. They won't give you that you said the rest of this.
I experienced that firsthand. They had me on the news in Arizona at one point in time. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean that's what they do.
Right.
They just, man, it's just, I don't know what this country gonna do, man. The USA is looking real stupid right now.
Yeah.
Well, it's looking real crazy.
Yeah, well, I think ultimately it ain't about what the country gonna do, man. It's more about, you know, from an individual standpoint, and then not just from an individual.
How they gonna run this thing though?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't even get into politics like that.
I don't get into politics either. But when you know, this is gonna be an important thing.
Yeah.
Cause you gotta look at all these motherfucking laws they make up new shit. They'll make up some shit on the spot on your ass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then
they put it in legislation.
They act like it been there or some shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got pulled over by the police last week, I think it was.
Okay.
I'm riding up the street. I see the police.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at them.
Okay.
I'm right here in front of them.
Yeah.
They behind another car.
Okay.
They looking at my car.
Right.
They see my black ass driving. I guess I have to make it that because to me, what else was I doing?
For sure.
Other than being black. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
I seen them get behind me.
Yeah.
So I seen them get behind. So I pulled over and then I turned over because I knew they was getting behind me. And they hit the light. Dude.
Right.
And I rolled the window down immediately. What's the problem, officer? What you fucking with me for?
Right.
Oh, you ain't allowed to have a front tag on your car.
Right.
What the fuck you mean you ain't allowed? I've been riding around Las Vegas with no front tag for at least 20-something years.
Right.
I never had one cop tell me you're not allowed to have a front tag. And as I'm telling them, dude, I've been riding around here 20 years with no front tag. As I'm telling him that, it's 50 cars riding past with no front tag.
Right.
So what is this telling me? You racial profiling.
Right, for sure.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's a law that some of these people want to implement. Right. You can jack up a black dude when you feel like it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they had jumping off in New York at the time. I remember when they had the stop and frisk.
Yeah.
Who was they stopping and frisking?
They were stopping and frisking, I believe it was immigrants at the time.
Yeah, they were frisking and stopping and frisking a lot of niggas too.
For sure. Well, you know, a lot of niggas is immigrants, so yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
anybody that looked like they wasn't white, basically.
And the crazy part about it, this is in Las Vegas, you don't need no goddamn front tag. Right. Nobody rides with a front tag. I had a plate. When you see my car, I got a plate on my car that belongs in there.
For sure.
And it matches the car.
Right.
So with that being said, he couldn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to act like, you can't even get a ticket for this, brother.
For sure.
It was a big old fat Mexican and a white boy.
Right.
They always got a Mexican and a white boy. I notice what y'all do now. They always try to pair the black and the white together so it won't look like it's a racial thing. Right. But it's still a racial thing, brother.
Most definitely.
Because the motherfucker with you probably don't like niggas either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because out here in Vegas,
he gonna follow the protocol.
Yeah, you gonna follow the protocol.
He gonna favor
the blue shield.
The blue shield over, you know what I mean, what he know to be right.
I seen a brother one time. He was with another motherfucker. I think he was with a Mexican motherfucker.
Right.
And that Mexican was a straight dighead. He was like just harassing niggas for nothing.
Right.
And I seen the brother standing back there like this. He in the back now. The Mexican right here. He in the back of the Mexican dude. Right. The brother doing this. He's shaking his head like, yeah, that's wrong, man.
Right.
But couldn't say anything.
For sure.
Didn't do anything.
Right. He could. It was all, you know what I mean? We all can do something if we choose to. He just chose not to.
Man, that's why I always, they say there's good cops and bad cops, but to me, they all on the same team.
Right.
They gonna ride with the blue wall. The blue shield, whatever they call that shit.
Right.
So I don't believe that's me personally. I'm not telling you to say there ain't any, but for me, there is none.
For sure.
There's no good, to me, there's none.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you ride with your partner I'm quite sure they see a lot. I got a friend that is a cop, and he told me out his mouth, he said, oh yeah, they treat us different.
Right.
It's a black guy.
For sure.
I ain't gonna drop his name, but he told me flat out, he said, oh yeah, when we pull people over, they treat us it's way more aggressive.
Right. Well, one thing I know is this here: being in the police, being a police officer, I mean, it's sort of like a fraternity, man. So, or a gang or some shit like that. So, being that, it's like if you do something to what they consider to be snitching or something that they feel like they can't trust, then basically, are they as a force, are they going to trust you, to ride along with you? Are they going to trust you to be able to, that just in case they slip up and do some bullshit or whatever the case may be? Because I'm quite sure, for one, the laws is flawed anyways. And then on top of that, man, we all human. So even a police officer, he going to do some bullshit at times. It just is what it is. So being that you got somebody that's strictly on the up and up, and I don't believe that's, completely in the police force anyways. There's no complete motherfucker in a police, that's in a uniform that's complete on the up and up. He's going to favor his comrades over, he's going to over the individual that may be being pulled over. Because, like I said, it's a gang and it's a fraternity. Yeah, for sure.
Now what I can say that I seen on TV the other day, I believe, they trying to make lethal shooting a person last resort. I did see that coming from Metro, but
yeah,
that's probably gonna be certain cases.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, I know within this new generation, man, police done got hella trigger happy.
Yeah, we used to hear all of them soft. Look at all these.
For sure.
Man, I be seeing these police, man. They all of them young and they all soft.
Most definitely. And I think it has a lot to do. It has a lot to do with your generation, period. But ultimately, I know when we was growing up, man, we grew up in some trying times, man. We grew up in some times that was hella treacherous. Being the crack era and the gang banging and all that shit. And police was a lot less likely to shoot you back then, even though niggas did get, there was some niggas that got shot and killed by the police. I'm quite sure we both know some. But at the same time, nowadays, man, they'll shoot you in your motherfucking back. They're cowardice. They're cowards. They're cowards nowadays for sure. So the thing about it, and I think it's just, we go back to Donald Trump, man, I think, and what's going on in the political realm, I think, and how I said that things are progressing in a way, and it's biblical, I think what's going on is, we just live in a fallen society to where things are progressively happening to where men are a lot weaker, just period. You feel me? It's like, fuck it. He running, I'm gonna shoot him in his back. I remember many a times police used to try to chase me. They couldn't win. Ain't no way I was gonna let no white boy catch me with a bunch of shit around me.
You slow as hell. You got caught by one of them.
And on top of that, he got on motherfucking boots and I got on tennis shoes. It wasn't gonna happen. And I was gonna hit a gate on him so motherfucking fast.
Oh man, in Northtown, we used to run from the police constantly.
Right.
Especially in the North, boy.
For sure.
This back in the day when people used to curb serve. So you never knew when the police was coming, but we used to see them though. And when they used to hit the block, everybody, man, it'd be like 1,000 niggas out there serving, so everybody used to just disperse.
Yeah, for sure.
Everywhere.
Most definitely.
I remember niggas, man, they used to catch one or two motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah.
The majority of us, sprinters, he was gone.
After a while, niggas figured out how to put, After a while, you figured out how to put your dope, like in a little, you would throw it in a toy or some shit like that, or some kind of piece of trash or something, and throw it over there to the side or stash it somewhere close to a building.
That was some crazy boy. Niggas used to be spreading like a motherfucker.
Yeah, but after that, niggas was so scared of the police, man, niggas was still running. Well,
it's a natural thing because you gotta, even today, he said almost 51 years old.
Yeah.
I still be paranoid of the police. I'm talking about literally, I ain't doing nothing.
Right.
Ain't breaking no laws. I'm just literally just riding around, just doing what the hell I'm doing. And when I see them motherfuckers, I get paranoid. I be like, shit, is this the motherfucker gonna be trying to harass me and wait for you to say something slick so they can jump on you? Because they can, you know what I'm saying? That's what they do. Right. They talk to you sideways and don't expect you. I'm a grown man. What you mean? I'm not finna let you just talk to me any kind of way.
Most definitely.
And they ask you the dumbest questions like, where are you going?
Right.
Why the fuck you want to know where I'm going? Where the fuck you going?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Why are you driving? Why are you driving through this? It's a free country.
Most definitely.
Why are you pulling me over? That's all we need to know is here's my license, here's my registration, here's my insurance, and give me the reason you pulled me over.
Right. Well, the thing about
that's simple.
For sure. Well, the thing about all that, man, is shit. How we get on this like a motherfucker?
We talk about Donald Trump want to give the police power to just harass you and do what the hell they want to do to you.
But the thing is, you know, we pretty much. I know that there's ways around that, and I think, you know, and I'm working on it myself because I understand that there's ways around, you know, the legal system. I understand that, you know, we go back to government. I understand that a lot of these things have been set up in a way to where you know, we're being fooled to think that it's one thing when it's actually something else. So, and I know that there's people that understand the laws, and once they understand the laws, they're able to live by other guidelines. You know, but you have to, you know what I mean? But once you learn these things and then you start implementing them, you know, there's ways to where the police pull your ass over, you know what I mean? And then basically there's certain things that you say to them and they got to go on about their business. You ain't got to show them no license or nothing. You feel me? You know what I mean?
I don't think that'll work out here. I'm just being for real, man. They gonna harass you to the end.
I got you. I
just seen them do it. Some of that stuff you talking about right there, motherfuckers ain't had to. They give you all the shit to play by play in the book.
Right.
And you got that certain cop. He just got a chip on his shoulder. He wanna sit up here. Then you got, like you say, call the SARS.
Right.
The SARS will get over here and be like, oh, you gotta let him go.
Yeah.
He did all that, got the SARS over here just to let the man go.
Yeah, well, I mean, well, that's a beautiful thing because
it's a beautiful thing, but I'm saying you sitting up there going through all the riffraff and shit, all the fucked up shit. You gotta sit up here and talk. Hey man, you know me. Nowadays, I like to say just get the SARS over here, man.
Right.
And then sometimes the SARS take too long, so you know.
Yeah, well, the thing, you know, once you know your laws, and the thing is they have to abide by the laws, but if you don't know them, then, and this is something that we've been going through since slavery days, you know what I mean, as black men. So me, myself, anytime it comes to a loophole or something, and it's not necessarily a loophole, it's actually physical laws. So basically, if I'm able to use those laws to not feel like a nigga that when the police can pull me over at any time, and this shit has been going on, you know what I mean, since eons. We've been in slavery since basically over 400 years. You know what I mean? And regardless of what people say, we're still in slavery. And that's why we worried about the whole Donald Trump thing, is because we're worried about, you know what I mean, having to be able to keep the little bit of freedoms that we do have. Because one thing I understand is that when it comes to this shit and this new world order shit, what they're trying to do is they're trying to take lots and lots of our freedoms away from us, or most of our freedoms away from us, to where
if they could, they'd take all your rights.
Right. You know what I mean? They're trying to have us living in these little small cities. You know what I mean? And basically a lot of it has to do with fear mongering. You know what I mean? Us being feared into signing off, you know what I mean, certain laws to the American government, or, you know what I mean, or signing our rights off that we had as a free people. A lot of times we do it to ourselves due to, you know what I mean, they'll create some kind of chaos, just like Dr. Fauci they got him going through trials and shit, and they asking him all these questions about what did he tell the American people, what they should do and how they should conduct themselves during the whole pandemic. And on top of that, about the shots and shit, he said he ain't never said. He keeps switching up his words about what he said and how he said shit.
Ain't that crazy right there?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That Dr. Fauci thing?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dr. Fauci, hey, look. All those people that were trying to press, I had like 15 people trying to press me to get that shot.
Man, I wasn't fucking with that shit.
I did not get that shot for nothing.
Yeah, I believe in God, man.
Everybody I know got that shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They was pressing, man, get the shot.
Yeah.
I said, nah, man, y'all go ahead. It's called what was the pandemic?
It was called the COVID, whatever.
COVID.
The
Go
COVID-19.
get the COVID-19 shot.
Right,
it's just like the flu.
Yeah.
I said, why would I shoot myself with COVID-19?
Yeah.
It's called the COVID-19 shot.
Right.
They want to hit you with the COVID. Yeah, now you got it.
Most definitely.
You feel me?
Well, for sure.
And I was like, nah, I'm cool with that.
Right.
Just like the flu shot.
Most
the flu shot is the same thing.
Yeah.
Get the flu shot. Right. It's called the flu shot.
Right. Yeah. Most definitely. Yeah.
Even though they say it's supposed
to make you more immune by you getting it. If you get it, you makes you immune.
Man, come on with that shit.
Right.
Man, I was born at night, not last night.
Yeah, for sure. And the thing is
use your thinking cap, people.
Yeah, right. And with that COVID shot, it had other shit in there. It had other shit implemented in that shit.
Some people say it worked for them. They said it saved them or whatnot. But I'm like, I'm here to tell you, I didn't take nan shot. Yeah. And I caught COVID.
Right.
And nothing happened. Well, I was like a regular nigga just sick for, it was not even a day, I think it was.
Yeah. Well, from that perspective, man, if you Google Bill Gates saying that they're trying to get rid of a third of the people, you know what I mean? Which is biblical as well. You know what I mean? It's crazy how all this shit coincides with the Bible, man, if you really, you know what I mean, delve into it. But, you know what I mean, when it came to that COVID shot, man, it's like, okay, nowadays, since all these things have come out, there's new studies you know what I mean, going on about how it is damaging people and how it has other shit. And then on top of that, there's other shit saying that there's these little nanobots that they're putting in people. You know what I mean? The nanobots have, you know what I mean, it's basically turning you into you know what I mean, making it to where you can't claim yourself as a legalized or a human anymore. You know what I mean? All this shit we going through is spiritual warfare. So being that it's like
the legal human no more.
Huh?
They say what now?
So basically the nanobots, you know what I mean? It's
nanobots.
They're, you know what I mean, they're little micro robots. You know what I mean?
They injected into your body.
Injected into your body.
And you can't claim yourself as being a human anymore.
For the simple fact
once they hit you with that.
Yeah, for sure.
I ain't heard of it.
For sure, you know what I mean? But anyways, you know what I mean? And I gotta look more into the shit, man. I'm just saying what
right there, bro.
Right. I gotta look more into the shit. But basically what I'm saying is, you know, when it comes down to a lot of this shit, man, it's like from a human being standpoint and from a spiritual standpoint, what's going on is we're basically in spiritual war. And that's why, you know what I mean, when it comes to the COVID shot, basically, and what I was getting to with Bill Gates, with the Bill Gates thing, is that basically what's happening is basically they're figuring out. They're not just gonna take you and shoot you down no more, you know, nowadays. What they're gonna do is give you bad food. They're gonna fuck up your air, you know what I mean? They're gonna fuck up the water, or they're not going to, they have. They're gonna tell you that it's a fucking pandemic, I mean, and you need to take these shots, you know what I mean? And ultimately, the people that react negatively, you know what I mean, due to having this stuff in their bloodstream, after a while, you know what I mean, say 10 years from now, they having, you know, major complications or shortens their lifespan, you know, all these sorts of things. And now I think, man, at this point in time, we live in a world, man, where you got to believe in God more than ever. And what does that mean? You got to believe in nature and what's natural. They trying to take us so far away from that shit. And I think when it comes down to the Democrats, I believe that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to put us in a state to where everything that we do is unnatural. You know what I mean? Republican, you know what I mean, as far as Donald Trump go, I think Donald Trump is trying to bring things back to, you know what I mean, make America great again and shit. He's trying to make things, persuade us back to to the Christianity way of doing things. Motherfuckers say they, you know what I mean, that they for God, but all the motherfuckers that's trying to do all this extra progressive shit, a lot of that shit, man, is based off of some pure evil shit, is what it is.
Yeah, man. You even look at when the planes, when you see all that spray when they spray all that white stuff in the air.
The chemtrails.
That's exactly.
The chemtrails.
And that's supposed to eliminate some people.
Right.
So, you just look at this planet we on, man, and you know what I'm saying? But like I say, Donny, I don't know, man. Like I say, I don't know, man. Like, who are you voting? Shit.
Yeah, I don't never vote, man. One thing I understand and one thing I learned a long time ago, by me reading my Bible, I understand this. And anybody can believe whatever you want to believe. But me, I stand firm on this because, like I said, when I read the Bible, I know it coincides with every fucking thing that's going on now. So I understand that.
I don't see no candidates for me to vote for.
Right. Yeah.
All I can do is vote for people, I guess, in my city.
Yeah, I've never voted because I've always knew this shit was crooked in some kind of way.
And it's still crooked, yeah.
Right. So being that, it's like, and then by a nigga coming out of the ghetto, man, I thought the ghetto was ghetto. But, you know what I mean, once you get over to this other shit and you start understanding all this shit is ghetto as a motherfucker. So one thing I understand is, being that, man, I got to put my trust in God. Like, basically, when the shit happened with Dr. Fauci and all that shit, man, I went completely, when it was, what's that shit? The COVID shit was going around and the pandemic. Man, I start eating according to, you know what I mean? I didn't hardly eat no sweets. I ate just all good shit. I made sure I took care of my body because I understand that my body has the power to fight. And I had got COVID. And I felt that shit, you know what I mean?
We got COVID and look at us.
Yeah.
Still here, kicking like a regular. And didn't take no COVID shot.
Man, for sure. It was some shit that fuck with your heart. And it was some shit that fuck with your, you know what I mean, your brain. And I was out every day because, you know what I mean, I'm an entrepreneur, so I can't, you know what I mean, I'm not, man, fuck that shit. I'm going out every day. I got to meet new people. I got to continue to make my money. So, but ultimately, I caught it, and I caught it twice. But, you know, and it was some shit, I don't know, you know what I mean, some motherfuckers say that, there's people out there saying that it was when the 5G first hit, was that because we are, electric beings, and basically they sending some kind of airwaves through the same way your fucking cell phone works. You know what I mean? They were sending some kind of airwaves basically through the atmosphere, and basically that was the shit that was fucking with us. You know what I mean? So we never know, man.
I got some people, they died from COVID, but I wonder if they took them shots. That's the question I would rather ask. Because they died from COVID. Yeah,
and then they say when nurses now, they're saying that basically when the COVID thing happened, they was classifying pretty much all deaths around that area, you know what I mean, or in that era, as COVID-19 deaths.
And they didn't even have COVID, some of them people.
Correct.
And they was just giving it that title.
Most definitely.
So it can scare the people.
For sure. You would vote more, so you would vote. So you would vote. They use fear-mongering.
And the mask didn't even do nothing, come to find out. They say the mask wasn't helping nobody, no nothing. You was running around here masked up for nothing.
Man, and I was looking at that shit with Dr. Fauci, and basically the
Dr. Fauci, that's what I said.
And the dude was, whoever the dude was that was, you know, in the grand jury that was basically, you know, going at him, he was saying, he was asking Dr. Fauci all these questions. And see, that's the thing, man. If we did something like that, man, we would be locked the fuck up.
Man, I see why that white lady, she was on Fauci ass. She was like, man, I ain't calling him no doctor.
Right.
He ain't no doctor.
Yeah, for sure.
Now I see what she was, because I kind of caught tail end of it.
Right.
And she was like chewing Dr. Fauci. Well, she was calling him Fauci. She was like, I ain't calling you no doctor. Because you ain't no doctor. You put out a bunch of fake shit.
For sure.
Had everybody missing school. Man, just think about that. None of this shit was real. They done shut the whole country down.
Right. Most definitely.
For nothing.
Yeah. Well, the president prior to that had basically put him in charge in order to do that shit. So being that, man, it's all a, it's
scam.
All this shit is a fallacy, man.
Man, it was a big old scam.
It's all some falsified bullshit. So my thing is, like I said, man, I just try to figure out a way to listen to, you know what I mean, what God tell me, man. Fuck all that bullshit. I understand that everything, God already put this shit here. and we basically can fight off anything. They killed off, you know what I mean? They killed off a bunch of millions and millions of natives, you know what I mean, long time ago, man, by bringing in chemical warfare. America's thing has always been chemical warfare. That's what we're fighting now. Just go in your fucking cabinet and Google some of that shit. You know what I mean? Just Google some shit pertaining to bread. They say bread ain't really, you know what I mean? I was looking at the scientist the other day on social media. He was saying that bread is not bread. In a lot of other countries, the shit has been, you know what I mean? The shit has been banned in a lot of other countries. You can't, you know what I mean? They refuse to feed it to their people. Well, especially in Europe. So being that, it's like, you know, you really have to, you know what I mean? You really have to think for yourself and be able to decipher, even when it comes to the presidency and who you feel like you want to vote for. You know what I mean? I think we live in a world to where nowadays, I mean, you know what I mean? Shit, common sense ain't too motherfucking common. And I understand
you can make it through life on common sense.
Man, and the thing is, I know a lot of smart motherfuckers, man, but they ain't got no common sense. Man, just use motherfucking common sense, man.
Yeah, my friend, I got a homie, an OG of mine, he told me, he said, man, you can make it through life off basic common sense.
Man.
You don't even have to be no genius. You ain't got to be no A+ student.
Right.
You ain't got to do none of that shit. He said you can make it through life off basic. And I thought about that shit. I said, you know what? I've been making it through life on common sense. Yeah, because I always think about shit like the shots and shit. I thought about
you critical thinker. Critical thinking.
Nah, I ain't thinking that. I think my mom then was even trying to press me to get the shot. My mom then was like, man, get the shot. Yeah. Telling my homeboy to tell Love to get the shot. Yeah. I was like,
yeah, I wasn't fucking with that.
And Wally,
shit.
You know, Wally died.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure, because Wally took the shot.
Right. For
See what I'm saying?
Right.
And Wally ain't even here no more.
Right, for
but now check this out. He was like, man, take the shot. My wife, she gonna give you the shot because she work in the pharmacy or whatnot. But I was like, man, I ain't taking no shot, man. Why you keep asking me to take a shot, man?
Yeah, I know certain cats have been dying with brain aneurysms and different shit, man. Since motherfuckers got that shot, I know like a lot of young black men have been in their 40s and early 50s, man, been passing away. You know what I mean? Mysteriously, well, not per se mysteriously, but you know, they've been having certain ailments and they've been passing away, man.
But some of them just, like you say, just died.
Yeah, for sure.
One of my partners, he came home, his mama was in the kitchen, dead.
Yeah.
And didn't have no problems.
Right. Yeah.
That one old lady, she died. They told her to take the shot.
Yeah.
She was doing fine way before the shot.
For sure.
Then they made that lady take that shot.
Right.
That lady died.
Most definitely.
So that was heartbreaking for me, because I was like, damn, I think my mama and them took that shit.
Most definitely.
And I was like, damn, Miles and Duke took that shit. I was like, I ain't taking that shit.
Yeah. Well, one thing I can say, man, going back to the Donald Trump shit, man, I will say that to me, he appears to be more scrutinized than any other president I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
I've ever seen that in my era, you know what I mean, that I've ever seen when it comes to the, you know what I mean, trying to win the candidacy.
I thought Obama was the one at first, but Donny took
Donald.
You know, they hated when Obama was in office.
Right, but you know what I mean, and Donald Trump was more, you know what I mean, he was the one that was on Obama, but now that I look at things, I'm like, and I go back and I understand that Biden and, you know what I mean, and they say Obama is really the one still running the country. You know what I mean?
Right now, because him and Biden cool
for
or
sure.
whatever.
And none of them motherfuckers run shit, man. Right. It's elite motherfuckers, elite families that run this shit. Been running it for years. You know what I mean? Since the Roman days. You know what I mean? The Catholic Church run every motherfucking thing. I mean, but that's something totally different. I mean, but
it's deep. It's getting deep.
Yeah.
It gets deep.
Yeah, for sure. So when it boils down to it, man, as a human being, as a sovereign human being, you have to decide what the fuck you gonna do for yourself. I mean,
now you gotta run it by, because all these people ain't sovereign.
Right.
So they gonna be like, nigga, we ain't sovereign. Sovereign people don't gotta live by the law. We do.
Right.
I know you trying to get yours.
Yeah, I'm definitely working on my shit, man, for sure. But in your heart, but God says that you're a sovereign human being. There's things that evil motherfuckers had did to actually take your sovereignty. But at the same time, you know what I mean, ultimately, I believe that I haven't gotten in trouble with no shit in years. The police ain't fucked with me in years, you know what I mean, the whole nine. So this is one thing I understand. I understand from a spiritual standpoint, you know what I mean, a lot of times, you know what I mean, we can speak things into existence or certain shit can happen to us, you know what I mean, in a certain kind of way.
That's real right there.
I don't even allow this, I don't even allow those type of entertainment shit to come in my mind. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm a nigga that don't even have a license. You know what I mean? Cause I never respected the fucking law anyways. You know what I mean? What you would say?
What kind of ID you use to get into clubs then? Just like regular ID?
I use a regular ID.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? But ultimately, I'm working on some other shit to where ain't none of that shit gonna matter any motherfucking way. You know what I mean? As soon as I found out the information on it, I said, oh yeah, you know what I mean? Sign me up. Let me go ahead and figure this shit out and read these books and learn how to actually be a sovereign motherfucker, man. Because I don't give a fuck about what the fuck the president is doing. I give a fuck about what I'm doing, how, you know what I mean, how my motherfucking life is going. And, you know what I mean, I answer to God and God himself.
In real life, that's how it's really supposed to be with everybody. Unfortunately, we got a lot of nosy people.
Well, shit, even in biblical times, you know, people like to be rude.
Yeah, man. Shit. I'm just saying, there's a lot of nosy people, man.
For sure.
They dive off and, man, you could just be riding down the street. I used to have people just see me. I'll be listening to my music. You see them out there?
Yeah.
Looking.
Yeah.
Like, damn, is it okay? Are you okay?
Right. For sure. They definitely out there.
God damn,
you know.
that nigga live.
Oh, man. But shit, when it comes to that type of shit, man.
Nigga always lose his thought. You would think he smoked weed. Once he lose his thought, man.
Yeah, man, I'm actually working off of like 2 hours of sleep right now. You know what I mean? I was out in Vegas. I was out here in Vegas enjoying myself last night. You know, so I'm on for like 2 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I can't do it, bro.
Yeah.
Not no 2 hours of sleep. I need at least 4.
Yeah, and they gotta do what they gotta do, you know.
Yeah,
I didn't get in home till early in the morning, and then shit, I couldn't fall asleep. You know what I mean, until like 8, and then shit, we met here at like 10, so shit.
Well, I don't know what y'all want to think, what y'all want to do, who y'all gonna vote for. You know what I'm saying? As Donny got here with 34 felonies. I'm interested to see what they gonna do to this man. And well, I already know. Yeah, I'm finna say I already know he ain't finna do no prison time.
They already did what they did.
I doubt he gonna get house arrest. If he do get house arrest, because the way it's leaning, the Americans gonna vote for Donald Trump over Biden. No, they finna find some kind of way probably to mess that up.
Right.
They probably gonna find some kind of way to mess that up. So it's all in the air for me, brother. I'm just down the middle. I ain't got no vote because I ain't really got nobody I could vote for.
Yeah.
But as you people can go out there and put your votes in or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? There's only one man in power, that's God. And you just got to do it like that.
Right.
And as far as anything else, you got anything else you want to add to this situation before we turn up out of here, man?
Yeah, man. Well, that was my thought right there. You know what I mean? I knew it was going to come back to me. But you know, back in biblical days, the people asked, they had got rid of the ruler. And then, you know what I mean, they didn't have a ruler. And, you know, God was their king. And he asked them, and they came to, you know what I mean, they came to God and they asked him, can we have a ruler? They wanted somebody to rule over them. You know what I mean? And he told them, he said, I won't let you have a ruler because, you know, eventually he will try to dominate you. You know what I mean? But the people wanted a ruler. And I think we live in a world nowadays to where, you know what I mean, people, they just feel like they have to have somebody to rule over them. And ultimately, God is the only ruler. I mean, you're a free, sovereign human being. You don't need nobody to tell you what and how to do shit. You know what I mean? So, live by the laws of nature and fuck Donald Trump and fuck Biden. You know what I mean? As far as that's concerned. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? As far as that's concerned. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because God is the one, you know what I mean, you know, is my ruler.
God is the man in power.
Yeah, God is my ruler.
All right, well, shit. That's what he said. Shit, he said what he said. On that note, you know what I'm saying, we down there fixing the AC down at Lady Brandy's place, so I don't know when is it going to resume open, but when it does resume open, y'all want to come down and get some live blues and all that type of shit, y'all come on down to Lady Brandy's place. Me, myself, I'm gonna drop probably one more mixtape for the summer. You know what I'm saying? I might call it Heat Wave. You know what I'm saying? You might get hit with this heat wave. Or, you know what I'm saying? I still ain't really landed on what I want to land it on yet, but it's coming. So, you got anything else that you doing before you get up out of here?
Oh, yeah. You can reach me on all platforms at Luck Got Fronted. That's that.
You can meet me on all platforms at D Love Vegas. That's my YouTube, that's my Instagram, Facebook, all that. You'll find me on all those platforms. And you know what I'm saying? With that said, before you go out, can you like, share, subscribe? You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to leave some comments at the bottom, then cool. You know what I'm saying? Do that too. In the meantime, in between time, until next time, zoom! That means gone.
And peace out, and we get with you.
No matter who you thought I was, I'm D-Love Stacks, BX.